Hello everyone, my name is Mitra Manesh. I'm a mindfulness educator and storyteller. I'm the founder of a new mindfulness app called Inner Map, which is based on storytelling and the science of binaural sounds. I teach mindfulness at UCLA's Semel Institute School of Neuroscience for Human Behavior Mindful Awareness Research Center. I also have a private practice where I help individuals and workplaces to live, love, and lead a more mindful life. And I've been doing that for about 35 years. I've been asked to speak about mindfulness because of the goings on of these days. And before I start talking about mindfulness, I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that these are challenging days. It could be from the perspective of physical life, meaning physically you're indoor, you're not going out, or you're with a lot of people and it's challenging to be with them as much as you may love them. It could be challenging financially, emotionally, spiritually. There's so many ways that these days may be challenging. But I think the main challenge is that I feel most people that I've been talking to, my clients and students online, they have a sense of out of controlness about their life. And that is true. Collectively, we feel that the command of life has gone out of our hands. And it has. We don't know. There are not many certain things. There are not many anchors that we can find in the outside world because things are changing, if not hourly, definitely daily. So we feel like there are no constants in our life. But let's just see if mindfulness can help in any shape or form. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness has many different definitions. And the definition that I have been working with and I came up with is that mindfulness is being accepting and aware of the present moment with a sense of curiosity and compassion. I'm going to repeat that. Being accepting and aware of the present moment with a sense of curiosity and compassion. So I'm really using 5 different words that each one of them can be a whole day class, but I'm going to explain them a little bit so that it's clear what I'm referring to when I'm talking about mindfulness. The first word I used was acceptance. Acceptance, it's not a legal thing and it's not an agreement. Acceptance means basically factual, like what's going on, this COVID-19 experience that we're collectively having is not something that is pleasant for many people, but until we accept the fact that it's happening, we cannot move forward in a knowing way. So acceptance in the context of knowing the facts, really knowing the truth, and then making decisions and moving forward accordingly. So that's the first word. The second word I used was aware. Conscious is another word, awake is another word. They all mean the same thing. By aware, I mean knowingly, meaning I know what's going on for me, in me. I have a command of what's going on. What is the opposite of that? Opposite of that is when we are on autopilot. I'm sure you've driven your car or you've been driven somewhere, you've walked somewhere, you've gone somewhere without even thinking and knowing how you got there. That is opposite of awareness. And it's fine for things that we do routinely every day, but it is not fine when things are important and when we feel that mindfulness is not really present in our life. So doing things consciously with awareness and knowing what we're doing. So the first one, acceptance, was accepting the facts of what's going on. This one is awareness of the facts that are going on. The third word that I used was presence. Presence means being in this moment. And I think you have heard this many times, you've read books about it, many teachers talk about it. In fact, this is so important that people think mindfulness only means being present, which is not true. Presence is one aspect of mindfulness. So if I'm not present, where am I? I'm sitting here, so where could I be? True, my body is here, but the question is, where is my attention? Where is that energy, that resources that I have inside of me? What am I thinking about? Where is my mind, basically? So let's see where it could be. Okay, my body is here, I'm looking at you, but what I'm really thinking about is last night, last month, last year, last decade. Why didn't I do that? Or what did they do that? Something that I had done that I regret, or somebody else has done and I regret that I was part of it, or something that I did have and I liked, I now regret that I don't have it. So it's either lamenting the past or regretting the past. And then there's another place that mind goes, and that is into the future. And I think about what's going to happen. What if I lose my job? What if I've lost my job and I will never find another job? What if we can never go out? All these things that mind starts to think when we go to the future. So am I saying that you should never ever visit your past or never think about your future? No, I mean, that makes no sense. But when we go to the past or to the future with a sense of purpose, I call it with the visitor's visa. You know how if we had to get a visitor's visa to, say, go to another country, we're very clear that our visit is limited. And usually we go with sense of intention. We want to go see their arts. We want to see their history. We want to visit friends. But it's very clear why we're there and when we're leaving. And that's the invitation I have for you, that if you're going to the past, and mine does go to the past, and that's fine. If you go, and when you go to the past, you go with a sense of intention, of knowing why you're going to the past. And what is the good reason? What's a very good reason to go to the past? Well, a good reason is to go and learn. I want to know, of course, how I did. What would I continue to do? What would I stop doing? What would I start doing that I didn't do? So in a very gentle, and you see the way I'm using this word, in a very gentle and kind way, I go to the past and I observe my past, not with a sense of judgmental and admonishment and wanting to sort of say, bad, you did not do well. It's in a sense of, I'm a human being. I make many mistakes every day, but I learn from them, and I do that very gently. In fact, every ism in the world has allocated room for mistake and for relearning and redoing what we have done. So I go to the past for that purpose. And of course, I go to the future with the same energy, with the same visitor's visa, to gently and lightly plan the future. If I didn't plan the future, I wouldn't be doing this. If you didn't plan it, you wouldn't be listening to me. So there is some value in planning, and we would like to plan. But when planning turns into over planning and over planning and over planning, oh, now I am anxious. I'm feeling an energy that is not settled in me, and that's not helpful for me. So why can't I completely plan my future? Why can it be in my control? The reason it can't be, at best we can just lightly plan it, is because when I plan it in this moment, my information is not complete. So say I have a meeting with you for tomorrow, and I make all my schedule according to that. And then just before meeting with you, something comes up, and hopefully something good, but something that I didn't plan for. Because all the elements of life are always changing. I'm also changing. You are changing. Life is changing. So we cannot 100% plan something the way we want it. At best, we can just do a light planning with the information that we have at the time of planning, and then gently leave it and allow it to be what it is, which is life. You know, sometimes it happens. I recall that one day I had to do a training in downtown Los Angeles, and there were thousands of people that I had to go and speak to. And I planned everything. I calculated my driving distance. I even left about 2.5 hours, and that's a lot. Not in Los Angeles, but it's a lot. I left 2.5 hours earlier, and I went on the freeway, a major freeway here in Los Angeles, on 405, and 405 was completely blocked, and I had no idea what was happening. So when the first hour went by, I felt a sense of anxiousness, and I thought, there's nothing I can do. So what I did was I would gently, because we were not even moving, gently videotaped the parking lot that we were on, and I sent a video to my client, and I said, here I am, and I don't think I will make it on time. There was nothing I could do. So that's why we do light planning, and then we come back to the present moment, because really the only thing we have is this present moment. So that's presence. The fourth word that I used was curiosity. Curiosity means basically open-mindedness. Curiosity says, I don't know, and I would love to know. Curiosity reminds us of children. They always are interested to know, and they want to learn. Curiosity is opposite of judgment. Judgment says, I do know, and what I know is not the same as what you are, and I'm judging you. Or what I know, it's not the same as what I want to be, so I judge myself. Judgment assumes knowing and righteousness, and curiosity says, I don't know, but I'm very interested to know. Please do tell me. So curiosity is a very important part of mindfulness practice. The last one is the most important one, and is the one that many teachers forget to remind their students of, and that is the compassion. Because present, that I become aware of and curious about and accepting of, may not be pleasant. Present may not be pleasant. So what do I do now? It might not be pleasant for me or for my loved ones or people of the world. Like right now, presence, being present to what's going on, is not easy. So we need a sense of compassion. And compassion basically means staying and being and acting kind in the times of difficulty. So acting kind in the times of difficulty, difficult things for yourself or difficult things for other people. So that's mindfulness in a nutshell. And I'm going to go to some questions that you have sent us and answer them one by one. So the first question I have is, what is the best mindfulness practices, especially for times like this? Well, the best mindfulness practices are the ones that you will do. That's my answer. Because I could give you literally thousands of ways of being mindful, which I have put in my mindfulness bank account in the past 3 decades. But they're not of any use to you if you do not do them. So my invitation to you is to start extremely small, very, very small. Meet yourself where you are, whatever is doable for you. I'm almost reluctant to invite people to all of a sudden start meditating, because I know many people don't, or many people don't sustain and keep their practice. So I invite them and say, what about taking 9 deep, aware, conscious, kind breaths about 3 times a day? Don't even call it mindfulness practice. Don't even call it meditation. So in the morning, take 9 deep, conscious breaths, as if you want to really get good mileage out of each breath. So let's do it together. Feel the breath entering your body through your nostrils, and then gently escort your breath going down through your throat, into your chest, solar plexus, and down deep. Ooh. into your belly. And now notice it coming out and exiting your body the same way. So from your belly into your solar plexus, to your chest, throat, and out through your nostrils. Just gently, as if your breath is the most dear friend and guest that has arrived in your inner body. Just gently escort it, kindly go with it, and allow it to come out of your body in the same way. Just do that. That's a very good, simple practice. Another practice that might be useful is when you feel that you are feeling a little bit out of control or not comfortable, or something is not right, and we usually know when something is not right. And there's a very simple practice that it's very common in the world of mindfulness, and it's called STOP. It's an acronym. S stands for stopping, stop, whatever you're doing. Say you're talking or driving or fighting or eating. Just stop gently. It's a very gentle stop. It's not stop, it's stop. It's very, very, very loving and kind. So you stop, and the T is take a deep, conscious breath. You can do 1 to 3 breaths. As you can see, breath and breathing is a very important tool for your mindfulness practices. So take a deep, conscious breath. And O stands for observe. It's a gentle, kind observation of what's going on in you. So gently notice your body, because when we're tense, usually there's a translation of it in the body. See if your face is tense. See if your shoulders are tense. See if you can relax and soften your body, your belly. And just gently allowing your hands to relax on your lap. And observe what's going on in you. It's like, hello friend, hello my body. What's going on for you? And you gently notice that. And then P stands for proceeding mindfully, slowly, knowingly. So stop, take a few deep breaths, observe your body and the goings on of your body, and then P, proceed with a sense of knowingness, consciousness, kindness, compassionately, and see if that makes a difference for you. So this is the second practice that I suggest you do, especially these days. And third one is a practice of acknowledging what's working well in your life, especially at times that things are not going well. Because when things are not going well for us, there are a lot of things that are going well, but we just don't pay attention to them. So if I have a high fever, if I am sick, even if I'm losing a loved one, there's also other people in my life or in the world that are still healthy and they're there. Even if it's something like these days, are challenging times, everything feels that is out of control, but there are things that I can still command, and those are inner things. So find and ask yourself, because your mind is constantly asking what is wrong. And my invitation to you is ask yourself, what is working well in my life? And let it be very simple, small things. Don't look for, I call it, award-winning things, because we may not find them every day. But just ask yourself, what's working well in my life right now? It could be the fact that I can move my hand. It could be the fact that I have glasses to read. It could be that I love the drink that I'm drinking. Look for simple things. So these are the 3 practices. One is to take 9 conscious, deep, long breaths and be aware of it. 2 is use stop as a tool. And 3 is 3 times a day. I always say morning, lunch and dinner, breakfast, lunch and dinner. Ask yourself, what's going well in my life? And see if these 3 tools help you. The second question that I have is, how can I support others at times like this? Very good question. And I'm glad somebody is asking that, because there's a lot of things we can do to support. However, we can only support and give to ourselves something that is healing if we hold that state of being. What I'm saying is, please help yourself and make sure that you take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And then from that place, and I want to say only from that place, you can take care of others and contribute to others. And it doesn't need to be, again, very grand things that we do. Something very small. I don't know where your heart is. I don't know what really moves the energy of service in you. But I love connecting to that notion and that energy of service in me at any time, really, but especially times like this. I have something special for homeless people. I have something special for people that don't have a support and don't really know where to go. I have a lot of special places that I can go when I think about service. I also have an open place for service, because there are things that I would love to do and they're great, but there are things that life brings to me. Somebody calls me, somebody asks me, somebody on the street just wants to have a conversation. And I leave room for those pop-up service opportunities, I call them. But the main thing is that you are in a space of health that you can offer it. And secondly, in a place of service that you can identify it and schedule it in your everyday. I make sure that every day I do one thing, no matter how small, that I can call service, at least in my books, and go there. So it really depends, but the first thing is to take care of yourself. So let me read the next question. What do I do if I am experiencing depression and anxiety? First of all, if this is a medical grade depression and anxiety, I highly recommend that you contact your medical practitioner, whoever you see, because sometimes we do need to talk to the medical professionals, and only they can help us in order for us to settle down and get to a stage that we can help ourselves. So please, if you feel that you need medical attention and care, don't take my advice, because that's not sufficient and it's not appropriate. But if we're talking about everyday kind of depression and anxiety, again, especially these days, then allow me to explain what it is so that I can explain how you can work with it. Remember, I talked about how when we're not present, we're either in the past or in the future. Well, our depression lives and resides in the past. When we go to the past and we regret what we didn't do and we didn't have, or we regret something that we did do and we did have and we don't have it anymore, and when we stay there, that's why I suggested that you take a visitor's visa when you go there. When we constantly stay in the past, we feel a sense of depression. So depression needs a past. And whenever you're feeling depressed, remind yourself, know that you probably are overstaying your visa in the past. And that's why you're feeling a sense of depression. Same with anxiety. If you are feeling a sense of anxiousness, it's because you're spending too much time in the future. So anxiousness and anxiety needs a future. Again, the remedy is to come back to the present moment. And the best way to do that, the best way that you can come to the present moment, is through this tangible physical body. Bring your attention, close your eyes if you can, you don't have to, and just feel the sensations in your body. And we can just do it right now together. Just close your eyes. And just feel your feet on the floor, sensation of touch. Feel your body on the seat if you're sitting or standing. Just feel your body on the ground, the weight of your body. And now start to relax and release the tension in your body. Softening your belly, relaxing your hands, relaxing your face, the muscles around your eyes, your tongue, your forehead, relaxing and releasing. And take a few deep and conscious breaths. And allow your body to arrive in this moment, in this body, and in this place. It's just simple as that. You come back to the present moment. Hope this was helpful. The last question is, do I recommend any books? Well, there's so many books I could recommend, but to make it simple, actually, it's a book that I keep going back to and referring to. It's a book by Michael Singer called The Untethered Soul. So I'm going to just hold it a little bit so you can see it. This is a great book, especially for understanding how your mind works and why it does what it does. So this is my suggestion. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I would like to finish this session by taking you through a little bit of a heart-centered kind of practice. So if you could please close your eyes or bring your gaze down and put your right hand on your heart and just imagine that there is a sun, there is light in your heart, shining inwardly and warming your body, clearing your body. And just notice how supportive and healing that experience is. And then in your heart's eye, imagine that this beautiful light that resides in your heart is now shining outwardly, warming, cleansing, and bringing light to your environment, to people around you. And you may add words to it. May you all be all right. May my loved ones be kind to themselves in these challenging times. And then allow this sun to go further and shine onto the city and the community, the country that you live in. And let's take it further. See this sun in your heart shining on the whole planet and cosmos. May everyone everywhere feel a sense of ease. May they find capacity to work with new normals and challenges. And just feel the warmth in your heart. And then gently bring your attention back to your heart again. And wish yourself the same thing, whatever it is that you need. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? And wish yourself that which you need. May I be kind to myself. May I be okay with what's going on. May I find my ways. May I know that this is temporary. May I be loving, and may I be loved. And on that note, I would like to express my gratitude for your presence and your questions. This is Mitra Manesh, wishing you kindness and compassion.